Hey guys, guess what time it is? Tour time with Allie. So the neighborhood that I am in today is Pullman neighborhood. It is located on the south side of Chicago. It is a very historical neighborhood, and I'm excited to show you guys some of the landmarks, the importance of the neighborhood. All right, guys, we are in another location today for the tour historical tours with Allie. All right, so today's location, we are currently in the Pullman neighborhood, and I'm going to show you guys the Pullman Porters Museum. It's currently closed, but that's all right. We are at 818 East 104th Street. We have right here the Philip A. Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. This is currently closed, but that's all right. We're going to keep it going. So the Pullman Porters were from 1868 to 1969, and they traveled all across the country. There were over 20,000 Pullman Porters, and they consisted of a bunch of black men only. And so it's a national monument here. And yes, I can't wait to show you more. Here's a photograph of the Pullman Porters. This is the museum. We are currently on 104th and Maryland, right across the street from Butler College Prep. All right, and here is a monument here. Let me show you guys. Oh, that looks great. All right, so we got hella facts, hella information. All right, guys, so I don't know if you guys know who A. Philip Randolph was, but he was super instrumental in helping get the first union together for African Americans in the entire country, let alone African American men at the time. The union was started in 1925, and with the help of A. Philip Randolph, he actually was a New York resident. A few people from the Pullman Porters. And back part of the Pullman Porter Museum here. As you can see, look at the architecture. That's beautiful. Could you imagine, like in the I'll say late 1800s, early 1900s, living like in a place like this? Now, at the time, the people who lived in these homes here were like management, foremen, things of that nature. And then some of the employees and the staff and the actual porters, they lived in the row houses and smaller homes, working class families. And also a lot of the Great Migration is super vital because of Pullman Porters. From, like I said, 1868 to 1969. That's pretty much most of the time that we came to show you guys this building right here. Now, clearly back in the day, this used to be a station or a port of some sort, traveling from the south all the way back to the north here in Chicago, Illinois. And here is also some of the homes, and this is the museum here. Now, like I said in the last video, there were over 20,000 Pullman Porters, all African American men who worked up to 24 hours a day and only made $1 per day. Yes, $1 per day. Some slept maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, if that at the most. It really depended on, I guess, your management, staff. But a lot of times they were treated like very poor, very poor. I was about to say the S word, but I didn't want to take it there because this is educational for kids as well. So keep watching, keep supporting. Got some more videos coming, and stay tuned for the tour. All right, guys, so what we have here is an older home. Here's an example of some of the homes that used to exist. Now, I'm not sure. I think someone does live here, but I don't want to be like property trespassing. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know. Let me flip this back around on myself so you all can see. So I don't know if you guys knew, but back when Pullman Porters were on the railways, they were like servants, unfortunately. Although they made the profession very dignified, they were treated like crap. They were. They only slept, as I mentioned, for maybe an hour or two during the entire shift. Some of them worked 24 hours a day. no sleep, no rest. And they had to sometimes sleep in smoking cars. They also would sleep standing up sometimes. Or so I am passing the Ferrera Candy Company here.
Yes.
They are instrumental in making so many good treats and goodies.
Lemon heads, baked beans,
Everything.
red hots.
We got a special guest, if you guys didn't know, who just wouldn't leave me the hell alone, to be honest. But that's okay, because some people need to get out, you know. But they impeding up on my tour I'm trying to give you guys. But that's okay.
But you wouldn't have known about
No,
the Ferrera
I would-
candy place.
I would have known. I would have known. All right, so stay tuned for the tour, guys. All right, guys, to the left here, we have an old building that looks very historical. I think it could have been an old fire station or firehouse, as you can see the door there. I would love to buy this property and refurbish it and have maybe a nice little place for upscale African-American people as myself. But yeah, this is a nice building. Look at the bricks, and this has held up the test of time. Look at that. Beautiful. Right now, we are at 107th and Cottage Grove. I am showing you guys a little bit more architecture and also going to give you guys a little bit more facts. So I don't know if you all knew, but the Pullman Porters were instrumental in passing out the Chicago Defender and also the Pittsburgh Courier. At the time, they were the ones who were spreading the news. Oh, that's wonderful. A train is passing right now. Isn't that great? Wow. That is the South Shore Freight. And I remember going to the Illinois Railway Museum and also getting on a real Pullman Porter car from the era and from the time. And what was the name of that?
I think that was also the South Shore. Or something.
South Shore, yeah. So yeah, they all have their own names for each different.
That was the IC, the Illinois Central.
Illinois Central Railroad. Very instrumental in bringing up a lot of our guys. We are doing our tour. So I am in actually one of the old buildings. Well, actually not in, but I am in front of. Look at this construction. And this is all remodeled, but this is beautiful. And all of them back in the day used to look like this. All of the homes in the Pullman neighborhood here in Chicago used to look like this. Look at that. That is beautiful. Look at this. That's like a place for your car, your horse and carriage, your horse and carriage. All right. So, I don't know if you guys knew, but Pullman Porters were required to work 400 hours per month. 400 hours or 11,000 miles. And look at this. This is beautiful. And they were only paid maybe $1 per day. Some were paid $60 a month. $60 a month. I'm going to say that again. Guys, we are wrapping up our tour. We are more than halfway through. I do have a few more facts for you guys, a few more surprises, but I'm going to flip the camera over so you can see I am passing by this historical, I'll say, neighborhood here. These are London townhouses, the cooperative, and this is at 101st and Cottage Grove. These homes were like kind of like Pleasantville-like. Some of the first suburban homes, kind of, because Chicago at the time only went to a certain, the south side only went to like a certain number. So these homes kind of were considered like the suburbs. And as you can see, they're still in pretty good condition. Look at the lawns, look at the grass. At least they have grass. So that is beautiful. And we're gonna keep going north on Cottage Grove. I have a few more surprises. Stay tuned, guys. Guys, we are winding down our Pullman historical tour. We are currently sitting in front of the old Jay's Potato Chip Factory. Yay! It's actually, you can see it from right off of I-94. And Jay's actually started appealing to the Midwest in about 1927. Up until, well, in Chicago, till about 2007. So that's a very long time. There used to be a sign here right there on that little scaffold there. that said J's, just right in the blue and white lettering. And guys, we are continuing our tour. This is one of the last stops. This here is actually used to be called Hotel Florence. And it was named Hotel Florence after George Pullman's daughter. And this hotel actually had 50 rooms. And this style is Victorian style with a gingerbread wraparound porch, which is pretty dope to me if you ask me. And yes, at the time, this was opened November 1st, 1881 by Mr. George Pullman. And as expected, look at this neighborhood, so beautiful. As expected at the time, Pullman Porter workers were not allowed to stay here, let alone enter the building. But yes, I remember actually one of my former principals and teachers, Miss Hawkins, who passed away recently. She would take the scholars here, and this used to be a restaurant at the time. All right, so yeah, we're just in Pullman. See a few homes here. See a few other people.
Oh, gentrification is alive.
Yeah, on 111th. I did not know white folks lived on 111th in Champaign. Is it Champlain? But yeah, these are some of the nicer homes that are in Pullman. They do have grass. That's nice though. Let's see, you guys. So I'm just getting a few more of the historic parts of the neighborhood here. Hopefully I don't run into nobody. No, I was not. Golly. That's why I do my tours by myself. Okay? Stop talking to me. All right. This building is nice. What this used to be a church. Hello, white person. I just wanted to thank you all for watching. Please feel free to tip me. tip. If you can, if you can't, it's all right. I am in front of the Pullman Visitor Center here. And that concludes the tour. Thank you all for watching. Peace, love, and light. Follow me, Allie K Jokes. Follow me, Socialite Artistry Chicago. Follow me, So Shine Natural Hair. Allie Noble on Facebook. And that's it. Peace.